is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha, and in today's video I am going to be talking all about my personal postpartum experience. And what I mean by postpartum is literally the second that baby comes out your hoo-ha, right after what happens until you feel fully back to normal. So I have a very large coffee and tons of french fries for this video because it's gonna get interesting, and I feel like coffee is it's a coffee talk, guys. It's a very TMI coffee talk slash french fry snack time for this video. So also, just a side note, Kai is right next to me. You guys can see his little play gym. He's chilling on the floor down here. So if you hear any noises or anything, it's most likely just him. So to get started with this video, I do just want to let you guys know that I am 4 months postpartum now. So I feel like I'm filming this video way later than I would have wanted to, and I honestly wish that I had filmed during the whole healing process, because it would have been the most honest thing, I guess. I don't know how to word that, but it would have been the most real, because I honestly feel like you forget so much. I feel like with labor, with postpartum and all that, with all the bad things that come with having a baby, you really forget. And I think that's just a way to get women to have more kids, is you literally just forget how bad it is. You're like, yeah, that was really bad, but like not that bad, like I can do it again. But like, mind you, I was like in labor and during postpartum, like, no, I'm never having any more kids. This is horrifying. So yeah, the body is crazy, and the brain literally tricks you into thinking it was okay. But this is my personal experience. Everybody's experience is different. I feel like you can't have everyone have the same experience, because like everyone has their own bodies, your own pain tolerance, everything. It's just so different for every single person. So basically what I'm saying will possibly happen to you. I don't want to scare anyone in this video, so if you are expecting a baby, I do recommend watching this, but I'm going to let you know ahead of time, before you hear all the terrifying things, it will be okay. And I am 4 months postpartum. I'm completely back to normal, like 100%. There is nothing besides the looks of my hoo-ha that are different, honestly. So, and I can tell you that since he was probably 2 months old, I've been fully okay. So it will be okay, guys. Like, don't be scared about what you hear in this video, or scared for birth and all that, because honestly, you're gonna forget about it anyway, to be honest. So let's just go from the very beginning. So right when the baby comes out, when Kai came out, my epidural was gone, guys, very gone. I was feeling a lot. You know, they put him on you for a sec, and then they took him away. They did his like suction and all that. He did poop inside of me, so they had to make sure that he had no meconium in his airways and things like that. So they had to suction him up real good, so they took him aside, and my doctor delivered my placenta. One thing that I really wanted for some reason before I gave birth, which I told my mom this, that I wanted a picture of my placenta, because I knew the second it came out that they were going to take it away, and I was going to be focused on my cute little baby that I've been waiting 9 months for. And I don't know why, but I was fascinated with what my placenta would look like. So my mom did actually take a picture for me, and I'm actually glad, because it was kind of fascinating. So if you want to know what your placenta looks like, ask your partner, your mom, whoever's there, to take a picture for you. But yes, so my doctor delivered my placenta. She had me do like one small push, and it came right out. I don't remember actually feeling it come out at all. It didn't hurt or anything. I honestly don't think I felt it. So That was totally fine. And then right after that, she did a shot that like numbed down there, which I felt that like a tiny bit, like it felt like a little poke. And then I asked her if I tore, and she said that I did. I feel like most tears are downward or like diagonal. Whenever I looked up anything online about tearing it, they all kind of like said down. I tore directly up. So, well, I guess not directly up. I feel like that sounds kind of terrifying, like your clit. It was not that. It was like right to the side of it. Where I tore, I feel like it's just so hard to actually fully explain. I don't know the correct terms for the vagina and all that stuff, but and I actually don't even know like the degree tear I had. My doctor didn't tell me anything really, and she just sewed me up, stitched me up, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, so for me, I feel like I did not have a great hospital experience. My actual doctor during my pregnancy, well, at least during the last part of my pregnancy, the one who I was expecting to deliver my baby, actually went out of town right after my appointment with him the morning before my son was born. And so he was not there. I had a different doctor deliver him, who I actually switched from her because she was kind of like cold and just kind of just to the point, and that's it. Like she didn't feel like nice, warm, and cozy, like the person that you want to be handling your brand new child, if that makes sense at all. So yeah, she really didn't say, I feel like, anything to me. She like did her thing and left. She didn't even actually leave any notes for anyone about my birth. And when I got discharged, this like so off topic, but when I got discharged, a different doctor came to discharge me from her doctor's office, and they were checking up on my C-section. I had a vaginal birth, and then I said no, I had a vaginal, and she was like, are you sure? And I was like, am I sure I didn't have major surgery and pushed a baby out my hoo-ha? Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure. So it was a whole mess. But after everything was situated down there, they do push on your stomach. I feel like I've seen videos of this and it looks terrifying, but it honestly didn't hurt. I feel like after they pushed, I would cramp quite a bit. Nothing crazy, honestly, nothing even close to like menstrual cramps for me. But that also could have just been because I had severe, like super painful contractions. So anything feels better than that.
Auntie!
Say hi to YouTube.
Oh, hi.
All right, so after everything kind of happened down there, I personally, before I had Kai, I knew that your vagina swells like a lot, like it becomes a ball sack. I knew that happened, but I thought it only happened for like a few hours after like you give birth, but I was very wrong. It's actually a few days after, and for me, this was, I think, the hardest thing, only because the way I sleep, I like to sleep like on my side with like my like legs together, and it was very like uncomfortable and painful to put my legs together. So I literally had to sleep on my back with like my legs apart, and I did not like it whatsoever. It was just so uncomfortable, and I had to like stay in bed, and if I sat up, it sitting put pressure on it, if that makes sense. And that sitting was uncomfortable. All I wanted to do was just lay down all day long. I had a hard time falling asleep because of it. I had a hard time getting out of bed. In the hospital bed, they have like those side railings, and I would literally like pull myself, and like Ben would have to like help me get up because I was trying to like strategically get out of bed so that I wouldn't like crush my hoo-ha and like have that hurt so bad. So it was just really annoying in that aspect, and it did hurt a lot, honestly. Like, to walk and to do anything, it was so uncomfortable and so painful, and all I wanted was to like get up and walk around and hold my baby and all that, and I couldn't. It hurt, and just going to walk to the bathroom was so uncomfortable. So as far as bleeding goes, I did not bleed as much as I was expecting at all. I did not have any clotting, and honestly, I feel like I bled as much as I would on a regular period. Obviously, you can't use tampons and all that, and they do supply, like my hospital at least gave like pads and all that fun stuff. I went the full-on diaper route. When I first had him, I don't even remember like actually them putting it on me, but I guess they did. They put like a big pad with like, it's like a pad ice pack thing. They're honestly stupid. I don't like them. I feel like they don't even get cold and they don't absorb any blood, so it's just pointless. And then they put those like mesh underwear, and I've heard so many people say that they love this mesh underwear and blah blah blah. I hated it. I don't know what, but it was so, there was like nothing to it, so it wouldn't hold my pad up, and I felt like my pad was like dangling off my vagina, and it was just like made no sense for me. So I bought Depends before I even had Kai, packed them in my hospital bag. Like, I knew that that was the route that I wanted to go, and I'm very happy that I did, because it was so much more, like, it was so soft, actually. Depends, like, I love them. And it was just easier for when I went to the bathroom, rather than having to deal with like the mesh underwear and the pads and all that crap. So I just went the full-on diaper route. And then my like bathroom routine, I guess you could say, sounds so weird, but what I would do is, once I got to the bathroom, I would go to the bathroom and take my old diaper off. You have a peri bottle, which is like a little like water squirty thing to like clean you off. Ben would fill it up with warm water, because the water in the hospital took so long to actually get warm. So when I had to go to the bathroom, like, I had to go, like, I could not hold it. So I would get up to go to the bathroom, and then he would fill it. Also, like, standing at the sink that long was like very uncomfortable for me. So he would fill it with warm water while I went to the bathroom. He would give it to me. I'd like spray off down there, get my new diaper, and then I would line the inside of the diaper with circle witch hazel pads. Like, that's like what they're called, but the hospital gave them to me. I think the hospital ones were called like A&E pads or something, but I know they have a bunch of different brands, but they're called witch hazel pads or rounds or something, I don't know. But those were amazing, and they were actually like cold because they're like wet, so that was like nice on there. So that like bathroom routine, I guess you could call it, was what I did for probably a solid week. Yeah, because you came out of me. Yeah. But yeah, I did that for probably a week. Coming home from the hospital, I felt like the hospital stay was forever, and all I wanted to do was go home, honestly. And leaving the hospital, I put real clothes on. I had a tank top and some pajama pants. I had a diaper, and no regrets there. They do wheel you out, so I sat in the wheelchair, and they put Kai in his car seat, like on my lap. But the way the car seat was, it was like crushing downstairs, and it hurt. So I was trying to kind of like lift the car seat so that it wasn't crushing me, and that was uncomfortable. And then getting into the car was difficult. And then the car ride home, the whole time I was just trying to like kind of like lay back, because sitting like straight up hurt, and I was just trying to get comfortable, and it was just not a very fun car ride. And then in the neighborhood there was like speed bumps, and the speed bumps hurt. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. The speed bumps hurt quite a bit. So I was telling Ben to go like 2 miles an hour on the speed bumps. But yeah, once I got home and actually laying in a bed besides the hospital bed was really, really nice. But what was really hard was I was with my parents for 2 weeks after Kai was born because waiting for our apartment to be ready and all that stuff. So they have stairs, and stairs were very uncomfortable just walking up. I kind of like walked at an angle to like keep your leg straight, if that makes sense. Like the one that's like on the step, you keep straight. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but walking up the stairs was uncomfortable, and I walked up the stairs kind of weird. And then I feel like one of the like most challenging things was getting in and out of bed. And obviously having a new baby, I feel like you have to do that quite often, not only just for yourself to like go to the bathroom or anything, but if your baby is like, Kai would be in his bassinet right next to my side of the bed, and his passy would fall out and he wanted it back, and he just kept doing that so much. Like every minute he would like drop it and I'd have to like go back and put it in, and it was so frustrating. So I kept having to get out of bed, and it was still the same way when I was home, like finding a strategic way to get out of bed so that it wouldn't hurt. And I just hated it every single time. I felt like every single time I got comfortable, I would have to move, and I did not like it whatsoever. So obviously I had to do that a lot, and that was uncomfortable. And we moved the bassinet like so close to my side of the bed so that I actually would use the bassinet to kind of like pull up for when I needed to get out of bed. And then to go to the bathroom, this was kind of frustrating because I could not hold in my pee whatsoever. And I lived at my parents' house for this time, so upstairs they have, their bedroom has their bathroom in it, but then there's only one other bathroom upstairs. So my 7-year-old sister, my 18-year-old sister, her boyfriend sometimes, which a lot of the times, and me and Ben all shared a bathroom. So yeah, that was very frustrating because if I had to go, like I had to go. And mind you, this isn't just sharing a bathroom, it's sharing a shower. So if one person's in the shower and I need to go to the bathroom, I either have to walk downstairs or freaking try to hold it, and it was just really hard. So I just spilled my coffee. But yeah, going to the bathroom was a struggle, just to like hold it, I guess. And once we came home from the hospital, Ben didn't necessarily help me go to the bathroom because he was either doing other things or sleeping most of the time, like at night, in the middle of the night when I had to go. So to go to the bathroom, what I would do is I would wind up using the bathtub water, just because it got warmer faster for my peri bottle. And so I would stand there and try so hard not to pee, like try really hard to hold it in while I was filling it up. And water has never affected, like, oh, you hear running water, it'll make you go to the bathroom. Like, that has never been a thing for me until after birth. Like, and it's not anymore, but those like first 2 weeks, it really was. And it was hard. Like, I tried so hard to hold it in while I was filling up my bottle because I ultimately needed it to go to the bathroom. And there were times where I just couldn't hold it. I was waiting and the water was still getting warm, and I would just go to the bathroom and then waddle my like naked butt off the toilet, fill up my bottle, and then go back and clean up and whatever. And that was just even more annoying. So I would really, really, really try to get my warm bottle situated and then go to the bathroom. But there was one time where I was trying to fill my bottle, and I just could not hold it, and I peed myself all over my mom's floor very late at night. It was like 4 in the morning, and I just peed all over the place, and it was all over my pajamas, and I was just so annoyed and so uncomfortable, and it was just so freaking annoying. So so I peed once. I never peed during my pregnancy. I never peed myself. I never peed and thought my water broke. None of that crap. But I peed afterwards, of course, because I had such a good streak going. So yeah, that was just like a struggle. But I feel like after 2 weeks, I really felt good. And this was actually the time that we moved into our apartment, which is great. That those 2 weeks were honestly a good thing that I was at home with my parents. And then I had that time to heal so that when we did move, I was able to actually, I can't like lift anything. You can't lift anything heavier than your baby until at least 6 weeks, until your doctor clears you. But I could at least like walk around and not just be like a log on the couch or something, you know? So I definitely was feeling a lot better at 2 weeks. I wasn't able to like run around and jump like I wanted to, but I definitely felt better. And so I feel like my walking was back to normal at 2 weeks, which is fantastic. There was no swelling. And I feel like at this point it was my stitches that were starting to irritate me. And mostly just because of where they were. I, at this point, looked at my hoo-ha and I couldn't figure out where my stitches were, and I was so confused. And then one day I went to the bathroom and I like saw in the toilet like a line, and then like 2 weeks later I noticed I like just tapped down there with like toilet paper because I was very gentle for a while. And then I noticed like again, I saw it and I looked it up, and it was my stitches, and I was freaking out. Like I thought it was gonna reopen, and then I was like looking up stuff, and I saw that like some people have to get restitched after, and I was like, I'm not going through this again. I was getting so frustrated. And I still couldn't really figure out where the heck everything was, like where I tore and all that, because it was like hidden kind of, I guess, like in a groove. But that was like so annoying. It's just the not knowing and like trying to figure it out. And then I found it, and then I thought it was infected, and I was freaking out about that. And then it was just a hot mess. But everything started to go really well, and I was coming up to my 6-week appointment. I no longer was wearing pads. My bleeding had fully stopped. I was able to wipe with toilet paper and all that, but I was just so scared of like my stitches and everything, so I was like very cautious when doing it. And I was just horrified for my 6-week appointment. I actually debated canceling it because like coronavirus is going on, so I was like, I have an excuse. I just shouldn't go out to the doctor. Maybe I'll just wait. But I figured that if I canceled it, then I was just gonna worry about it for longer. And I figured if I just get it over with, I will survive, you know? And so I went to my doctor appointment, and it was not bad at all. I promise you, if you are scared for your 6-week appointment, there's nothing to be afraid of. Literally all he did was he came in, he lifted up my my shirt to see my stomach, which actually I don't even know why he did that. It seems kind of weird. But yeah, he did that, and then he was talking to me, and while we were talking, he went in, went out really quick. I literally barely felt it. And he was like, yep, you're closed, you can have sex, you can go back to normal, however like you want. And I was like, nothing is going up my vagina for 6 months. And he was like, well, you can tell your fiance that I said no if you want. And I was like, no, it's fine, like I'll tell him, whatever. And so I was not ready for sex. I was terrified to have sex after having Kai. I felt like my tear was gonna reopen, and I feel like I've heard so many stories of people that, you know, your vagina is loose and they don't like it, and then, oh, it's like really painful the first few times, but then it goes back to normal, and then people say that sex will never be the same again, and I was just terrified. Like, I would actually have panic attacks thinking about having sex. And obviously then there's Ben, who's like, okay, it's been, you know, 6 weeks, like, come on. And he definitely was amazing. Like, he would, like, I guess joke around, but not really joke around, like, hey, let's do it. And I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet. And he was very good about that. Like, if I was not ready, then he was okay with it. And I didn't have sex until 8 weeks postpartum. And I honestly would have waited longer, but it kind of just happened. And we did things very slowly, and it didn't hurt at all, honestly. At first it was a little weird, and then it was fine. I feel like the next day I was like a little bit sore, uncomfortable, I guess. But I feel like after the first 2 times, it wasn't during sex, it was just afterwards that it felt a little uncomfortable. And after the first 2 times, it was like back to how we were before, completely normal. He said it all felt the same, nothing felt weird. And yeah, it seemed normal. I mean, it really wasn't anything that I should have been like so terrified for. I feel like I was just so scared of like what I've heard from, I feel like, TV shows and people on the internet and things like that. I feel like they made it seem so scary. And then something, I feel like that happened, I don't even know when it happened, but I guess I realized what it was at probably 3 months postpartum. I realized. So Ben's mom would come to our house, and she would always be like, there's hair everywhere, it's on the floor, it's on everything, it's on Kai, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, Ben, can you just tell your mom to shut up? Like, I know, I shed, like, I'm white. Like, I feel like white people's hair is just all over the place. And I'm like, yes, my hair falls out, I have a lot of hair, like, whatever. And then it hit me. One day I was like touching, my hair's so long, you can't even like see the ends of it. One day I was like touching my hair like this, and full on like clumps and like 30 strands of hair were coming out of my hair. And then I realized it's postpartum hair loss, which is something I've heard of, and I just didn't even process the two. I was like, I don't have hair loss, that's just normal, like I shed. Yeah, it's bad. And I have a lot of hair, guys. Like, I feel like if someone saw me, they'd be like, you don't have postpartum hair loss, like you have so much hair. Guys, my hair, this is my hair. It used to be literally triple this. I am not even exaggerating. I actually have debated going to the doctor and being like, yo, I'm losing way too much hair. And I did a little research on Dr. Google, and it says that with postpartum hair loss, you can lose up to 100 strands of hair a day for an entire year until your baby's a year old. That ain't gonna work with me. I'm gonna be bald by then. But it does say, like, if you feel like you have excessive hair loss, then it could be postpartum thyroids and something like that. And I don't know. I feel like during my pregnancy, there was a conversation of possible overactive thyroid, and then hearing that it could be postpartum thyroids. I don't really know what that is, but I feel like the two would have something to do with each other, so now I'm terrified of that. But yeah, I am 4 months postpartum now, and my hair is all over the place. And when I say all over the place, I literally mean everywhere. It is all over my floor. It's all over Kai all the time, on my clothes. My hair goes down pretty much to like where like the ends of my shirt are, I guess, kind of. And so like the ends of my shirt and my pants will just have like hair all over it. My couch has hair all over it. When I brush my hair, I actually have to take all the hair out of my brush each time because it's like full of hair. And I don't use heat to my hair. I don't brush my hair as often as like a normal person normally would, I feel like. I only use a wet brush. I don't wash my hair often. and it's really, really bad. And in the shower, it comes out so much, and literally if I just touch the ends of it, so many come out. So, but as far as that, like, yes, I'm dealing with a very bad postpartum hair loss. I'm completely back to normal, and I feel like postpartum is very scary, and when you're in it, you feel like you will never be the same. But you will, and it'll be okay, and you'll be able to jump on the bed with your baby daddy and your baby and cuddle and be normal again. And it is crazy, everything that you go through, but if you really think about it, you grew a whole human inside of you and then pushed it out or got it surgically taken out. So give your body some credit for all that and let it have the time it needs to heal. Like, honestly, it is a crazy thing that our bodies do, and it needs time. So, yeah, I mean, everything is crazy, and I really wish that I had filmed the process, because I feel like I probably made this seem not as bad as it actually is, but it's scary, guys. It's not fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you are expecting a baby, don't be scared. You will be okay. When it goes away, you will barely remember it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more content with me and my cute little baby. And if you have any video suggestions or any other questions about labor, postpartum, any of that stuff, leave them down in the comments below and I will reply to you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.